appreciate you coming out to hear the presentation from Lee College, and we welcome each and every one of you. We know that the information that will be presented this evening will be important to you and your families, to your students, and you as parents will be able to help them to make good decisions involving their career in the future. So I know that you will enjoy the evening, and we certainly welcome you here. If you will bow with me, please. Our most gracious, dear Heavenly Father, we come before you this evening thanking you for this opportunity to come together to hear information about the Lee College program. We pray, Father, that each and every one will be enhanced, will learn things that will help them to further their careers. We ask you, Father, to bless each and every one here. We thank you, Father, for the safe journey to. We pray, Father, for the safe journey home. We would ask you now to forgive us of our sins. These blessings we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
I am so very honored. My name is Dr. Jessica Johnson, and I'm the superintendent of schools from Dayton ISD. And we are so very excited for everybody to be here tonight. Our guest speakers, thank you for coming. And also for our parents and guardians, and especially our students. This is an exciting time for us because we're partnering with Lee College. And for the first time, and hopefully all of the young folks that are here tonight, I hope that y'all will take advantage of this opportunity, because you're going to have the opportunity to be the very first real cohort at Lee College at the Liberty campus. And what does cohort really mean? A cohort is a group of people that band together to support each other and build capacity in each other. So that's what we're here tonight. So without further ado, I have the awesome opportunity. I'm going to embarrass this young man real good, because actually I taught this young man not many years ago. It was when he was in the 8th grade. And I won't say how old I was. I started teaching when I was 12, so I know y'all are trying to do the math. But Jason Dugas was a 1996 graduate of Dayton High School. He went on to get his electrical engineer degree from Lamar University. And then he went to get his master's from University of Houston, electrical engineer. He spent many years working at NASA, where he worked on a whole bunch of different projects, and because of the technical contributions, there's a whole list of stuff that he gave me to read out. I'm not going to read out for time's sake, but the Space Shuttle project and the International Space Shuttle project, Space Station, he worked on those. How awesome is that? In 2017, he became a partner and I'm going to read what he is, a director of operations for Petro Ed. And he wants to speak to the parents, the guardians, and most importantly, my high school students. So please help me welcome Mr. Jason Dugas.
Thank you, I should say Dr. Johnson now. Got to eat this microphone. That's a great introduction, and let me start out by saying that this is going to be shocking. If I were in your shoes today, after her explaining to you how well educated I am and all this college I went to, I am not sure that if I were in your shoes, students, that I would be directly on my way to a 4-year university today, if I were in your shoes. And I'm going to explain to you why I say that. And it's hard for me to say that because when I was in school and I was your age, I was told that that was the only path, that going to a 4-year university and getting a bachelor's degree was the only path forward. And I want you to, this chart is just a bunch of lines from a long ways away, but I'm going to explain to you. With this chart, you could write 50 or 100 PhD dissertations on this one chart. And there are so many lessons in this thing. I'm just going to leave it right there, okay? And I'll just explain to you the significance of some of the lines that are up there. And here's why it's so important. Leo Johnson is here. He and I went to school together. And by the way, if I have any old high school friends in the room, please come see me after the program, because I haven't been here in years. We graduated in '96, so this chart goes back to 1997, and it ends in 2017, so just a few months ago, okay? And it is so powerful because it explains to you how good some things have gotten and how terribly off course our country is right now. In 1997, on the very left side, it starts out at 0%. What that means is that back in 1997, let's say that I spent $1,000 to go to college for a semester. If you look to the right, which is basically today, if you look at the very top, college tuition, it's setting, I'm going to give you the exact number, it's setting at 170% above that level. And that's not just to say that it's 170% higher. It means that number means it hasn't just doubled, it's almost tripled the cost of going to college. So back in the day, okay, when I just had got out of high school, I had paid, some sum of money. If you go to college and you do all the same things I did, you're going to be paying almost 3 times what I did. And believe me, your parents are not making anywhere close to 3 times what my parents made back in 1997. The pay has not kept up, okay? If you look at the bottom, there's something else here that's really important you need to look at. The green line at the bottom is TVs. This is cost of consumer goods. The cost of television has gone down by 96% since 1997 for consumer goods index. So ask yourself the question, how did TVs go down in price and college tuition and education and child care and medical care all skyrocketed? What's happening? What happened is automation. And to make a TV back in the 90s, and especially even more so in the 80s, there were people involved in making those TVs. And it cost money to hire people. Now, a human being rarely touches a television during the assembly process. It's an electronics assembly process. There's almost no human intervention whatsoever. That's how they got the cost to go down so far in just a very short period of time. Software and toys. Who in this room from Liberty remembers Computer Solutions? Over there in the main square, right? Used to go in Computer Solutions when I was in high school and buy software in there. You can't do that. You can't buy software off the shelf anymore. It's all distributed. It's been automated. All the packaging's gone. So the cost went down. But college, which is what we're here to discuss tonight, has not gone down. You are in a heap of trouble from a cost standpoint. And that bright line on top there, guess who's going to be left holding that bag? It's you, okay? And this goes, there's lots of, I researched this I researched it for 6 hours, and there's about half a dozen reasons why that line went up like it did. None of them are good, and you don't want to hear what the details are, okay? But just know that it's your problem. And the people that are going to talk to you later tonight are giving you a solution to that problem. They're giving you an alternative path to take. And I'm telling you that with all the education I have, I am not sure if I were in your situation today that I would have taken the same path. At least not directly, because the costs are too high. Okay? How are we on time? 5 minutes? There's another part of this story that I'd like to talk about. In preparation for researching this, I contacted I'm going to hold this just so I can hear it. I contacted the Workforce Commission in Beaumont to talk to them because I had been hearing some rumors about some things that were going on in industry, and I wasn't exactly sure they were true. And the rumor that I heard was that there are jobs available open positions that are being unfilled. And I had a very hard time believing this because everyone's always whining about unemployment. And I contacted an analyst in their office, and she gave me this report that was written by a professor at Lamar. His name is Dr. Sen, and S-E-N, and he did this study with a group of people. It was an anonymous focus group that was done in Beaumont, and all the people that participated in the focus group were people that worked in the refinery complex, what we would call the petrochemical complex. And this is there was a consensus. He did 2 focus groups and with probably about 5 or 6 people in each focus groups, and they came to some conclusions independent of one another. And I want to share what they said, because this is really hair-raising stuff here. So the issue was we're having trouble finding people fill positions. And here are the factors that they listed. The first factor is the average rise in the stock market over the past few years has prompted experienced workers to take advantage of the increased value of their retirement accounts and retire. So in the petrochemical complex, no offense, but there's a lot of older folks working in that area, and they're not your age. So what's happened is they have these retirements saved up, and those retirements have grown over the past few years, and they're just leaving in droves. So there is a human resources crisis coming in the petrochemical complex area, and it's not even here yet, but it's getting started. The baby boomers are retiring across the nation at a rate of 10,000 people per day, okay? That's going to open up a tremendous number of job positions. But you gotta be ready to accept the position, and that means you gotta have skills. And that's another component that we're gonna try to convince you to take advantage of. The other factors was that this is from the folks that work in the industry. The trend over the last 2 decades in the USA has been to move away from the apprentice programs that taught hands-on, keyword, hands-on skills to high school students. And many of the previous generation of students then opted for jobs that demanded these skills. Instead, today, the current focus has been on college degrees which require relatively no hands-on skills. Folks, I work for NASA. We got the cream of the crop. The Ivy League guys would come in, and they would know all this theory, and I would take them out to the lab, and they would not know what to do with a screwdriver, not exaggerating, okay? The people in the petrochemical business, they actually prefer hiring students like you. And when I say like you, I'm kind of stereotyping you a little bit. And hey, remember, I'm one of you. I came from here, okay? But they like you because you come from a somewhat more rural area, and you're more likely to be able with your hands. You can actually do something. You can pick up a flat blade screwdriver and turn a screw. And I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating. There are people that would fumble picking up a screwdriver. It's a problem. So they like being able to hire people like you. So you have that going for you. Then the other factor they said, the petrochemical sector has acquired a notoriety over the last few decades as a dirty industry that has made it unattractive for new entrants. The general public is probably not aware of the improvements in working conditions within this sector. Now, you're going to have folks come up here a little bit later. Maybe they can tell you. I bet you they would tell you that a lot of the jobs that come up, in fact, you did, instrumentation, those are not necessarily that dirty of a job, right? A lot of times those are in air-conditioned control rooms where that kind of work is done. There's certainly field work, but these are not the same jobs that some of our grandparents and grandparents had way back in the day. You don't always come home covered in grease with these jobs. The next factor was, over the last several decades, the petrochemical industry has gone through boom and bust cycles, which has not contributed to job stability within the sector. While the petrochemical industry is geared for major future expansions in the region, the general public might not be aware of the associated positive changes in job security. There is a wave of construction coming to this region. It hasn't even, it started somewhat, but this is not like 1 or 2 years. This is 10 or 20 years. This is a decadal change that's going to be occurring. And if you're not, you got to get your surfboard out. And you got to learn how to surf so that when the wave comes, you can catch it. You got to get your surfboards out. And the people that are talking to you tonight are going to show you how to get the surfboard out, okay? How to wax it, how to get out there, and how to start catching some waves. You can't stand up and surf at first. You got to learn how to walk before you can, or how to crawl before you can walk. Last thing, focus group participants were critical about the decline in professionalism and work ethic among new entrants into the workforce. These guys will tell you that. I already heard them talking about it. What does it mean to be professional? It means you get the job done, no matter what it takes. It means you know how to control your temper. And it means you know how to manage yourself and work with other people and work in a team with other people. That is so important. The hard skills are important, but the soft skills and knowing how to communicate and talk with other people and read and listen, those are super, super important. By the way, we're close, huh? Okay. So I've got 1 minute. I could sit here and talk about this topic for many, many hours. That's not an exaggeration. The number one thing I think that's going to be an impediment for most people, I'll just talk about one thing. Of the people that are between 17 and 24 years old in this country, across the country, that's everyone, 71% of those people, that cohort, Dr. Johnson used the word cohort, 71% of those people are ineligible to enter the military. That's a big majority, that's not even close, 71%. Most people your age cannot enter the military. It's either because they're physically unfit, because they cannot pass a drug test, or because they do not have a relevant educational qualifications to get in, okay? Same thing for the workforce. These guys, when they go out to hire people, they want someone who will get up in the morning and show up to work and that can pass a drug test. So if you start doing drugs between now and when you graduate, it is going to be so much harder to get a job you have no idea, even if they legalize it, and they probably will. Just know that it's going to make getting a job extremely difficult, especially one that pays well, okay? Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, my name is Eric Humphrey. I'm the high school principal from Anahuac. It's my honor and privilege today to introduce our next guest. This individual is a strong advocate for the career and technology programs at Anahuac High School. He, along with Target Resources, have supported Anahuac High School in many ways. He has assisted with Speed Day, which is for our special needs students. He has supported our scientific research and engineering class, which is our rocketry. He's also supported our welding programs, and even just recently we had a career day. This gentleman has also served on the school board for many, many years. Is now currently our school board president. He has opened so many doors for our kids of Anahuac High School, not just during school, once they have graduated. Even this week, we were working on a young man that graduated from college. So he has a lot of information that he's going to be able to give you. I hope you take him seriously, because there are a lot of resources that are available out there. I think the most exciting thing he did for me, personally, you might not even realize it, I got a call one day. He said, "Mr. Humphrey, you want to go to lunch?" I said, "A lunch date?" And he said, "Yeah." On that lunch date, I connected with so many people from industry. He has a network out there, and I want to thank him for that. And at this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Kim McGraw and Mr. Mike Taylor from Target Resources.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mike Taylor. I work at Target Resources as the operation manager and been there with the company around 37 years. This will be my 37th year. Target is one of the leading producers of the midstream business, along with others on the hill. There's probably at least six other companies on that. You're right, sorry, guys. Along with six other companies that's on the hill that are hiring at this time also. We're primarily engaged in our business in gathering system on compressors, processing, selling natural gas. We not only do that, we store, we fractionate, we treat all the LPG that comes in, which is your propanes, your gasolines, your isos, your normals, your ethanes. We're gathering, storing, terminaling, and selling also of crude oil. Charter is one of the leading positions at Mount Bellevue in the NGL hub of North America. They have the second largest fractionator ownership in the position in Mount Bellevue and a world-class LPG export facility of the Gulf Coast at the Galena Park. So we load ships, and we're interconnected between Mount Bellevue along with other companies that load ships and exports to send overseas. Charter's gathering assets are across multiple shales and natural resource clays, including the Permian Basin, the Barnett Shale, the Eagle Ford Shale, the Anadarko Basin, Arkoma Basin, and offshore Louisiana and the Gulf of Mexico. Target continuously growing and constantly searching for good prospects in operation, engineering, instrumentation, electrical, analyzers, measurement, maintenance, and many more. While some of these positions require a 4-year degree, such as engineering, they also have other positions like your analyzers, like I said, analyzers, I&E, which is instruments electrical. Lee College, they provide all this. I mean, it's a 2-year degree. Process technology, certificates. We look at certificates, which I think now is, what, 6 months? You can get us 6 months. But for us, for you to come in and interview, it's going to take some kind of degree. You're definitely going to have a high school education, or some kind of GED. But then, if you say one of you and your buddies come in, and one has a high school education, the other has just a high school education plus maybe a certificate or a 2-year degree from Lee, we'll probably tend more to look at them than we would at just you. Not saying we're going to stereotype or not taking you out. It's just he continues to. We know he wants to learn. Guys, these jobs are all over Mount Bellevue, all over the ship chat, all through Houston. You're blessed. Where I come from, you work the international paper, you worked at the local grocery store. You know, I'm from Northeast Texas. You didn't have the opportunities you guys have here. I mean, to walk in with a 2-year degree, start off as an operator. I'm going to give for an example as an operator. You know, you start out at, say, somewhere between $40,000 to $55,000 a year. You're working half a year. You work shift work. So be it. Hey, I'm going to work 7 days. I'm going to work 14 days a month, and I'm going to be off 14 days. Anything over that's overtime. So whatever you're making, just for instance, $10 an hour, you can make 15 for the rest of the time. So it's out there. And I guarantee you, I can look through the room, and I bet a lot of your mother and dads are at these plants. They make a good living. Right? Yep. Okay. Just give you, for instance, me. I'm going to just base everything on me. I started out just like y'all in high school, but I didn't have somebody up here speaking to me, telling me, hey, man, if you go get this, you know, you don't have to go spend a lot of money, or your parents spend a lot of their money trying to get you an education. There's just, if you take a certificate or a 2-year degree, that they can pretty much pay out of their pocket. My kids, I gave both of my kids went to school. Both of them, one at Lee and one at Sanjay. Sorry, but one was at Sanjay. And they're doing well. But myself, I graduated from Kilgore Junior College, which is back where me and Kim McGraw are from. I got my 2-year degree in Associate of Applied Science, which is a process technology degree. Went to work on a drilling rig. Might as well went to the military. Didn't know drilling rigs was as hard as it was, but they are. First job I had was in Dickinson, North Dakota. I didn't know where Dickinson, North Dakota was. I was from Atlanta, Texas. So where the heck is Dickinson? So ended up in Dickinson, worked through that, and went into production 5 years later. Worked production for 5 years. Then I had the opportunity to come to Houston. Brother-in-law told me, man, money's good in Houston. You need to be in Houston. So I came to Houston. Me, my wife, and 3 kids. When I got over here, guys, they were right. The money is in Houston. The money is Mount Bellevue. You don't have to go all the way to Houston. It's in Mount Bellevue. But again, you know, the thing is, it's what do you want to be? You know, not what your parents want you to be. What do you want to be? I know your parents want you to be the best that you can be. So I guess the bottom line, I'll just do my little speech. The bottom line is a good career, a good future is available, but you have to work hard to achieve it. Finish high school, go to college, and get a 2-year certificate or a 4-year degree, whichever one means more. Whatever your goals are, just make sure you do it. There are a lot of many colleges right in your back door accessible with your great programs. Lee College offers many programs, certificates, and degrees. The last thing I'll let you know is you are what you make your future. So you are what you are. You are what you want to be.
I guess me and Mike, both of us grew up about the same way, what a lot of your parents would call school of hard knocks. I didn't take an SAT test. Had no intentions of going to Kilgore Junior College. I was going to work, so that's what I did. Went to work for a company that did work on industrial engines. I learned a trade. We're going to do something a little different here. Class participation. If you're a senior, raise your hand. If you're a senior in high school, raise your hand. You're like me, you're a senior, you got an art star, don't you? Yeah, I do too. What about freshmen? Where are my freshmen at? Good. That's who I'm going to talk to. 1, 2, 3, 4 doors over here. In 4 years, you got to go through one of them doors. If you're going through this one, you're going to go to a big university called Texas A&M. Whoop, major university. Second one, you're going to go to Lee. You're going to go to San Jack. Third one, you're going to go out there. You're going to go to the military, serve our country. All 3 of them great. Fourth one, you're going to go to McDonald's and flip burgers. Make minimum. They're only trying to raise up $15 an hour now, though. So you might get $15 an hour. If you go through that next to last door, through Lee, through San Jack, like everybody's talked about, get that associate degree in I&E and electrical and process technology. Come up on the hill in Mount Bellevue, you got Enterprise, you got One Oak, you got Targa, you got Phillips, you got everybody and their dog is in Mount Bellevue. Okay? Land you a job out there being an operator, being an I&E tech or something, you're looking at about $100 grand. How many of you freshmen want to make $100 grand in 4 or 5 years? There you go. We're talking Xbox country here. Yeah. But yeah, with your overtime and your benefit package and all that, it's very easy if somebody doesn't want a life and wants to just suck up all the overtime they can knock down 6 figures. But you need to bring something to the table besides. I graduated from Dayton or Liberty High School or Anahuac. I'm ready to go to work. What else you got? That's about it. Okay, bring something else. Freshmen, you got an opportunity to hit it now. When you walk out of these doors or Liberty's doors or Anahuac's doors or wherever, you can have that degree. You haven't cost your parents $100,000. I just put 2 kids through college, pours a church mouse. Credit hour at A&M, $750. You're knocking down 12 or 15 hours a semester, that's a lot of money. I don't care who you are, that's a lot of money. Then you got to pay for park your car, then you got to pay for the lab, then you got to pay for pizza and everything else. Take the opportunity. It's a good opportunity right now, guys, to get you something so when you come out of here, you can come down there, apply for a job, come in with your interview. I may run a little bit over here, but this is important. Interviewed a guy about 2 weeks ago. He showed up wanting a job, wanting me to hire him. He had on dirty Levi's with the knee busted out of them, a t-shirt with no sleeves, and flip-flops. It's okay to go to the beach in, but don't go interview for a job like that. Clean up. Put you on a good starch pair of Levi's, put you on a nice pantsuit like this young lady's wearing here, something like that. Present yourself, because when I first saw him, scratch him off the list. He's going to come to work maybe twice a week. I'm going to fire him. Because he don't come to work, or he's late every day, something like that. But there's opportunities there. Jason, you called me an old sucker a minute ago. I heard it. And I read between the lines. But I got to thinking, Mike, how many people got Planet Old as me and you? There's a bunch.
There is, but we're part of the baby boomers that, as Jason talked
Is that
about.
what we are, baby boomers?
That's what they
I didn't know whether I was a millennium or a baby boomer or what I was. I had no idea. I heard all these words. I'm an old fart. Okay? I'm going to be 60 come June. So I got maybe 8 or 10 more years left in me. And there's probably 50 or 60 in our plant that's the same way. They're me and Mike's age. So those guys are going to be going out. That's going to be job openings. We're building 5 new plants on our place. Probably an average of 10 jobs
per plant.
per plant. When me and Mike first came out there, we had 85, 89 people. We're up to 250 now. Phillips the same way probably. Y'all have grown tremendously. Enterprise has grown tremendously. Everybody's growing. Everybody needs good people. Oilfield is not what it used to be. It's not your old roughneck wearing the stainless steel aluminum hard hat with grease up to his elbows. Okay? These pants are war to work. I didn't get dirty. Of course, I don't get dirty anymore. I don't get out there busting bolts. But my crew is the lower end of it. We come in, they do the labor work. My crew is the foundation. I've lost 14 to 17 people in the last 2 years because operations will see this guy. Hey, I want him. I want him to come work for me. I need the same way. Case in point, I'll be real quick. I know you shake your finger at me. I hired a guy 8 months ago. He worked at a convenience store. He's from Bombay, India. He didn't know the first thing about a gas plant, but he has worried me for 2 years. I want to come interview for a job. I want to come interview for a job. He come to my house on Sunday and eat lunch with me. Sonny's his name. Everybody in Anahuac knows Sonny. Okay? Found out that Sonny come in for an interview. He had a beard, long hair and everything. He come to work from the interview, slick-faced, hair short as mine, starched shirt, jeans, look sharp. Dockers, we hired him 8 months ago. Last week, the analyzer group reached out for him. He is now an analyzer technician. He came in the other day, he said, I found something out. I said, what's that, Sonny? He said, at TMS, you work from here down. With an analyzer, you work from here up. So he's using that noggin now. He's got a little bitty screwdriver and a little bitty pair of pliers, and he changed little bitty filters, and they don't get dirty anymore. What I'm saying, guys, especially you young guys, the opportunity is out there. All you got to do, like Mike said, reach out and grab it. Jump on your surfboard, find you a good wave, ride it to the beach. When you get to be old like me, you can sit back and talk to these young people somewhere else.
Christy Ponce with Lee College, and I am so proud to be introducing our next speaker because she is a Lee College graduate. She earned her degree in computer-aided drafting and design, one of those high-wage, high-demand degree fields that is available to you with this program, and Tracy's going to tell you all about those. But this is one of the programs that we're going to be offering at the Lee College Education Center in South Liberty County, and our next speaker earned her degree in that specific area, and now she is a very successful piping principal designer at Floor Enterprise. She also is a Lee College professor and has been teaching since 2008. So in addition to going out and being successful with all of these companies that they were referencing, you can also come back at night or on the weekends and teach for Lee College and be a Lee College professor and teach other students what you're learning in industry as well. So lots of opportunities, but please help me welcome Maricela Nieto.
Like you said, I'm an instructor at Lee College. I've been teaching there since 2008. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Now, I got out of high school. I started working at a refinery, right, like everybody does. And I was in there with engineers. I was just helping them organize drawings, and I see what they were doing, and I like numbers, and I like challenging, and it was a light bulb. Like, I want to do that. So I signed up at Lee College. I got a degree in drafting, and the first job that I applied for was floor. And at that time, they were hiring, so it was just picking up people. And I got hired in with them, and I started as a piping designer. Let me tell you, when I enrolled for this degree, I never thought I'd be making the money I make. okay? You do make over 100 in design, depending on what you go or what you do. So I enjoy it. It's very challenging. I do travel a lot with the company. Floor is a real big company. They have offices all over the world, so I get to visit other offices. In 2 weeks, I'll be flying out to Manila. I'll stay out there for 30 days, then I'll be back. So there's times I have to go to different cities, different states, overseas. But if you ever had an AutoCAD, which is the degree that they're offering here, it's a 2D drawing. You can create 2D drawings and 3D drawings. AutoCAD is one of the base software they use just to build anything. Build a school, build homes, build refineries. That's what I do. As a piping designer, I build refineries. Structural, civil, you got your highways. They're always building stuff. You have surveyors, they use AutoCAD for coordinates. You have hospitals that use those software. There's so many industries and companies that you probably don't realize that uses it. And Lee College is one of the great schools for this degree. I'm not just saying that because I went to school there, but we have students that have gotten higher in at Floor from Lee College, 2 of them that I taught myself. And I can see the difference from other people that came from other colleges or universities, even guys with engineering degrees that took CAD courses, they don't even know how to set up a drawing. And I tell you that because I know Lee College is based out of Baytown. We're surrounded with refineries. Houston has one of the largest engineering companies. We have people that come all over the United States that move to Houston because of engineering, as you can tell, with all the oil and gas. So I wasn't really prepared that much, but I didn't get to bring a slideshow. So anyways, I really look forward to seeing some of y'all's faces in my classes. And I know they have one here, we have a campus here, and then we have one in Baytown. And that's all that.
I'm Layton Childress from Lee College, and I have the fortunate opportunity to introduce Tracy Steenhold, who I very passionately call a troublemaker because every time I go by her office, she's got something for me to do. Tracy came to Lee several years ago to kind of start building our dual credit program. She put together a small team, and dual credit has grown more than any other program at Lee College because they're the hardest working people you'll ever see. They're everywhere. You've probably seen them in your schools. Every time I go to a school, they said Tracy was just here or one of her folks was just here. So please welcome Tracy Stevens.
Good evening. So we talked about, you guys have been sitting here and hearing speakers, so I'm all about some interactive. So can we get the wave going on? Can we start at that back corner and just don't stand up? You just got to wave. I want to see if we can do a coherent sequence. Let's wave it. Up and down. Wave. Okay, we're going through the room. Going through the room. All right, good job. Everybody's awake. We're ready to go. Oh, I forgot our panel. Ready? Start that in. Oh, okay. We're learning. Teamwork, right? All right. Again, I'm Tracy Steenhold. I'm the Director of Dual Enrollment. And I wanted to talk to you guys tonight about an opportunity that's right here in your back door. And that's the Lee College Education Center in South Liberty County. It's off the 146 bypass. If you haven't been over to see that facility, it's an amazing facility. It's a place for you to go visit, go explore, walk the halls, get in there. What we're doing there is some amazing and exciting things. We're offering 3 career and tech programs over there. So I have an electrical program. If you, as a student, decide to go into an electrical program, you will get your NCCER certifications while you're in that program. And you will also build your way through your certificate, and then beyond high school, you can finish up your associate degree. So we have built pathways in each one of these areas for you. In the CAD area, the computer-aided drafting and design that you heard about tonight, you will be able to earn 2 certificates, depending on where your entry point is into that program. So you can gain 2 certificates, and then beyond high school, you can actually work, you have like 3 or 4 classes to complete, and then you have an associate degree and you're ready to go to work. Sounds cool? Sounds cool. Our third one is our process technology. Now, we only have the first year process technology at the facility, and that is because we can't assemble a mock-up plant like what we have at our main campus. So you'll be able to get your first year classes under your belt for your process tech, and then you'll be bused or transported in some fashion, Suburbans I think we use sometimes, and to get you over to Lee College to work in your second year and move through that program as well. So I say all this to you guys have a great opportunity available in your back door. The cost for these courses are $125 per course per semester. Yeah, I know the parents are like, hey, so just to give you an idea, if you took one of those courses at $125, if you took one course that you would get right now while you're in high school for $125, and you came to Lee right now and took that same course, you're going to pay almost $700 for that course. So it's an amazing discount for you to take advantage of right now while you are in high school. The good thing about it is those courses count towards your electives. So it's not like you're having to do a full 8 periods or 7 periods at your high school and then come over to the center and have additional courses. It's all intermixed to where it's dual credit because it gives you credit on both sides, on the high school and the college side. So you're starting your college transcript while you're in high school, so it's a great way to mesh everything and move seamlessly. And after one semester out of high school, you might be working down here at one of these facilities. So it's a great opportunity. Also, I wanted to mention that we have some evening services out there as well. So we have a dual credit institute, which is what you would be enrolled in. That runs from 7:15 to 10:30 during every day, Monday through Thursday. In the evening time, we offer the same type of courses. We offer academic courses. We also do applications, TSI testing. So anything that your student would need to be able to enroll in the program, we have it out here and ready for you. And like I said, it's off the 146 bypass. We also have the Harris County Department of Education out there that does GED, ESL, and also has now started the U.S. citizenship. So we have a lot going on at the center, and we hope that you'll come and visit us. Actually, we have an open house coming up on April 7th. So if you guys wanted to come out and walk through the center and visit it, get more information on it, on April 7th would be a good time to come out and visit us. I wanted to tell you, as you guys are ending the night, I'm not the last speaker, you gotta hold tight one more time. But after the last speaker speaks and you guys get ready, before you leave, I like to let you know back here on the back tables, as you walked in, there was some tables sitting towards the back. So the first table that you'll encounter is our workforce education table. Our second table is our career and tech information table. Then we have a nice little giveaway table. And then the last table is the dual credit table. On that table is a enrollment form that we would ask for you to fill out tonight to let us know that which program at the center you are interested in. So before you leave tonight, you and your student, I would ask to fill out that form so that we know and we can understand where what you would like to participate in if you want to participate at the center. Oh, I do apologize. And we also have information on scholarships in the back. So with the $125, we also offer scholarships for that too. So some of you parents, it could be nothing. It could be free. We have book scholarships available, so there is a lot available for you.
We appreciate Lee College so much for what they do for our community out here. And I think everyone knows we're talking about the Lee College Center out on the bypass just east of here in Liberty. Of course, the main campus in Baytown is outstanding. It's helped so many of us. We just appreciate Lee so much. Tracy, y'all do an awesome job. You know, we are so very proud of the students and the parents and the grandparents and the family members who are here tonight. It is really awesome that you've shown up tonight to show your interest in your future. Largely, we're talking about next fall. Is that right, Tracy? I mean, that's the main thing we're talking about. You taking a big step tonight and you know, committing to something that is a bargain and that could be huge for your future. And it would start next fall is what we're talking about. It is my honor to recognize our next speaker. Now, I'm not going to tell you about all the fancy accolades and all the stuff he does at work. I will tell you this. He works hand in hand with the plant manager at Motiva in Port Arthur every day. Motiva, formerly Shell Oil. Mark, is that right? And what I wanted to say in introducing Mark is about us going to Liberty High School. Mark, did we have anything like this available to us when we attended Liberty High School, what was that, 30 years ago or whatever? There's no way. We didn't have it available, and if we did, to think that it would be $125 per course, that's crazy. I want to tell you about Mark, though, and the scholarships, Dr. Johnson, thank you, because these people, if you're hungry enough for this, they are going to put you in some scholarships where, yeah, you're right, Dr. Johnson, I'm talking about $125 a course. You're basically saying, no, Cody, this could be free. It's just how bad you want to pursue it. And it could be available to you when you graduate from high school. It's an incredible opportunity. I want to tell you about Mark real quick. When we were in high school. All right, so we're out in ag together. He's the crazy one. He's the one that makes everybody laugh, cutting up. I started to say we're welding and cutting, but we're doing more cutting up than anything. All right, so Mark's the guy with the dirt bike and his, he raced dirt bikes and all this stuff. Mark and I were riding jet skis before most folks knew what jet skis were. But Mark has always been a very hardworking individual. He's always been a very intelligent individual. Let me tell you something. Mark's fine father, who was a fine man, passed away just a couple of years ago. He worked in the drilling industry, right? 43 years. Mark basically went out there and got himself a job in industry here locally. And Mark has pulled himself up by his own bootstraps. He's, how long have you worked for Shell now? 28 years. He's worked his way up through the ranks. He's an unbelievable individual. He's my brother's boss, so he helps me in lots of ways, me and my family. He helps my brother and his family. He's an outstanding boss to my brother. He's an outstanding friend. I'm so very proud of him, and I appreciate him coming tonight to visit with you about all of this. Mark, come on up.
Thank you very much. I don't know how I'm going to follow Cody. It's hard to follow him. But I will tell you, I am Mark Gibbons. I did grow up in Liberty. I graduated from Liberty. I also graduated from Lee College. I went to Lee many, many years ago, and it was not what I thought it was going to be. And so I said, I thought I was going to get a 4-year degree. I went 2 years, and I said, I really want to go to work, like a lot of people back then. And probably not too much different than what you are. You want to go to work when you get out of school and make a lot of money. So here's what I'm going to tell you is, I work for Motiva, which is in Port Arthur. And I know these guys are trying to drag you over to Mount Bellevue. I'm going to drag you over to Beaumont, Port Arthur. So I do have I have a question for you before I go too deep. Does anybody know what the largest refinery in North America is?
Motiva.
Absolutely. So we're proud of that fact. And we're number 2 in the lubes business. We have a lube plant that's number 2 in the world, okay? We just signed with Saudi Aramco, and we're fixing to build the biggest chemical plant. So you talk about growth, and you talk about what he talked about. So we can't hire enough people. I'm the guy that does the hiring. I was a supervisor over there for several years. I've since become the maintenance manager over there, and I can't hire enough people. I post. I do everything you can think of to get people in the gate, and I can't get them. I can't get qualified people, and I can't get people with 2-year degrees. So guess what? If you go through this program, guess what I'm going to be looking at? Hopefully you guys. I need you to come over. We need these kind of folks like you to come over to Motiva for a very, very bright future, okay? So I'm going to go through a couple of slides, if you don't mind, just to kind of show you a little bit of what you're getting into and what refining is all about, okay? Go ahead, click through it. And so if you look here, this is some old pictures, but we've been in the business for 114 years. So that's the old Texaco plant in Port Arthur. If you drive by there, you can't miss it, and at night especially, it'll blind you. So keep going, there you go. So we're built in 1903, once again, largest refinery in North America. Crude capacity. So that's how much crude we run a day. 622,000 barrels every day. Wow. So there's a bunch of those in Mount Bellevue, and you add all them up, they can't run that amount. I'll tell you that right now. So employees, so we got about 1,500 people right now today, okay? And we're fixing to grow, have about 800 contractors, okay? So me and one other maintenance manager out there, that's who works for us right there. All right, so crude, there it is. I just told you that 622. Gasoline, that's how much gasoline we make. Lube oil, second largest in the world. We just did a big debottlenecking project, so that means open it up, make it bigger. Go to the next one, I'll show you. This is so this is kind of some fun facts here. Over 9 million gallons a day of gasoline is what we make. So that's 600,000 cars we can fill up every day. All right, you think about that. Over 10 million gallons of diesel, 23 million gallons of jet fuel. And then you can read all that. But the jet fuel, so we are a big supplier for the government. We do supply all the Jet A, Jet B, so we provide all that to them. All right? You can click that. So we're just showing some pictures here. We do a lot for our community. So we do go out and help people. So you can click through the next one. So here we go. So we built, you're fixing to see some slides about how we built our future and what we're fixing to do. We just did this 4 years ago, and we're fixing to do it again. So we hired 14, you see that? That's 14,000 people we hired to build our plant, okay? Add on to it. So that's what it looks like at ground zero right there, and those are pilings that we drove in the ground, so we start building. I just want to kind of give you a flavor for those that haven't walked into a refinery. That's it. There's one of our vessels coming in across the ship channel. You can keep there. So we build these in packages, and when we come in, we weld them together now. It's a new way of doing business. That's how we can do it so quick. So here we are, process operator. So these guys have talked to you a little bit about a process operator, and after the program, you'll see I have over here some baseball cards. And what it is a picture of all the crafts that we have, operators, engineers, maintenance, electrical, instrument, and it's got a picture, and on the back it tells you a little bit about what an operator is, or what about an instrument person is, electrician, and how much they make. And you'll be surprised to see how much they make on those. And you'll also see at the bottom, every one of them, guess what they all have in common? You need a 2-year degree. Guess what we're talking to you about? Get a 2-year degree. Then you can come work for us, okay? So maintenance team leaders, same thing. So we get all our people from within, and we bring them up through the ranks and train them up. So go to the next one real quick. Electricians, same thing. And you can see there's some 2-year degree right there. I just told you about that. 55 to 95. And like these gentlemen have told you before, it's all about overtime. So if you want to work overtime, you can. Cody's mentioned it, but Scotty does work for us out there, and he doesn't mind working overtime. He works for free, though, on overtime because he's a staff fella. But the hourly guys do get to work a lot of overtime. We are a union facility, so you will be a representative employee out there. We encourage that. I will tell you this is a remarkable opportunity for you guys. And like you, I know, I think you were saying that you might not have chosen the path you chose. I did go to Lee, but I would tell you, if it would be a head start for you and would have been for me, I'd have been in the workforce 3 years sooner, okay? When I graduated from high school, you can literally go walk in these plants and try to get a job, okay? And then apprenticeship program, I know he mentioned that, so we're looking at that too, because we can't get qualified people. So we are looking at apprenticeship program. So you can go 3 years, get out of high school, you'll have a degree. You can come to us and get an apprenticeship program, 3 years, you're top paid. That is unbelievable, okay? So I just want to tell you that me and Motiv are very interested in the program and what it can do for you, but really what it can do for us, okay? Because we're looking for people just like you, young, that want to go somewhere and stay there for the rest of your life, okay? What you'll find in our industry is, and the reason they're talking about the older guys is because when you come out there, you realize it's a family, okay? And everybody likes everybody. They're all out there for the same reason. We're out there, one, we want to work safe. That's the main thing, but we're all out there to make a good living. And guess what? You can make a really good living out there. And that's why we stay. I mean, I've been out there 28 years. And I'll tell you what our theme is. And I wrote this down and asked the young lady at the end of the table, I said, can I borrow your pen? It just hit me. So what we talk about all the time is people working with people. And that's what we do best at the refinery. We work with each other, okay? It's the power of we. We say that all the time. So we have to work with each other. And so if you like talking to people and you like getting dirty, you can go do that, or you can come out there. So we have coker operators. Guess what? They do get dirty still. So that is part of being a coker operator. But then we have all the other operators, and they don't, okay? So it's almost anything you want to be, you can be. You just got to put your mind to it. I would say, and I tell my craft people when I'm talking to them, if you want to move up in the company, you got to want it like a guy in the desert wants a drink of water. You got to be laser focused. That's what I want to do. And for you guys and gals, that's what you need to be, laser focused right now. What do I want to be when I grow up? So you're getting an opportunity that most people have never gotten. I don't think anybody. This is the first time we've done this, right? So amazing. So I'm encouraging you. I'm almost begging you to take advantage of this opportunity. And you know why I'm telling you that? Because I want you to come to work for Motiva. Okay? Because we're so big, we just can't find enough people. And I know that sounds like, wow, really, it's unbelievable. What he said is right on the mark. We just posted for generator guys, compressor guys, machinist, electrician, E&I, and we probably needed about 50, and guess what? We got about 10. 10 people. And I'm talking about $100,000 jobs when you walk in the door. I'm not talking about you got to get to that. I'm talking when you walk in, you start there. So I know that sounds unbelievable. It's the truth, and it's going to get worse because guess what? I'm at the age too. I'm walking out. I've got about 5 or 6 years. I'm going to retire hopefully as a young man. So, but that is the truth. That's what's happening. And our industry is I don't understand it, but our industry I guess a lot of those guys came out of the service and out of Vietnam. And they hired a bunch of people out of the service years and years and years ago, probably 30 to 40 years ago. And guess what? Every one of those guys are walking out. Why do you think they can do that? Because they stayed with one company all their life. And that 401k and all the benefits these guys were talking about, it's exactly what. There's not many places that you can get that kind of education, this kind of education, and take it to a plant like ours and theirs and stay there for 20 to 30 years and walk away with what you're going to walk away with. So I do have a couple of questions. Who can tell me out here, not up here, who is the largest refinery in North America? Anybody know? Students? It's a quiz. Who said that? Come here for a second. I got something for you. All right. How many students again? Who can tell me how many barrels a day we run? Close. How many?
Enough.
Enough. Yeah. All we can. It's all about money. The more we make. No. Way too. Keep going. All right, it's somewhere between 5 and 700,000. Right there, you come here. You're the guy. All right, a couple more. Who's the second largest in the lubes business in the world? Who said that? Come up here. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Come on, Gavin. You get that?
Good job. Way to pay attention.
Good job, Quinn.
All right. So I got 2 more. This is going to be the laser round. Who wants to go to work for Motiva? Come here. Come here. You're right there. All right. Yep, that's what I pointed at her. She gets it.
Good job.
This young man asked me to call his boss at McDonald's to ask if he could be off tonight to be here.
That's amazing. Hey, great job. We want guys like you. So, a couple of things and I'm going to be done. These baseball cards I'll put back there at the table. There's one for every type of job that we have, and it has really cool information on the back. So I'd encourage you to pick up the one you're interested in. There's probably not enough for everybody to get one of everything, but if you're really interested in one of them, take the one that you're interested in, okay? I will tell you something. I'm going to tie on to what he said. So he talked about when it all comes from right here, and you got to want it with all your mind. What do you want, okay? So you got to, it's work ethic. You got to have that. And so when I interview people, he said it, okay? I look for things, and I had another slideshow, but we didn't get it up. But I'm going to tell you something. Here's the things we look for. We look for your social media. We look at that. Okay? You don't think we do. We do. We look and say, what is he posting? What is he talking about? I don't want to see a guy with a beer in his hand, cigarette in his mouth. You know, I'm not telling you what you can do outside of work, but I'm looking for that guy, just what you said, that comes in and presents himself professionally, all right, and really wants to encourage me like, hey, this is what I want. I had a guy almost beg me for a job. He wasn't even qualified, but he wanted it so much, and I could see the passion. He needed a job, and I was like, golly. And it was borderline if I could actually do what I was like, I don't really know, because we have certain basic credentials you have to meet. And you know, I grabbed that guy and I said, okay, I'm going to give him a chance. And I usually don't do that. I usually stay with whatever the basics are, and I gave him a shot. And I tell you that those are the guys that sometimes become your best workers because they want it right here. They want it with passion and purpose, okay? So I tell you that you are no different than me. I grew up right there in Liberty with Cody, and we used to run the roads together, so I'm no different. I went to Lee College. I'm nothing special, but I did work hard. I applied myself, and I wanted it like a dying man if I drink of water in the desert. I'm telling you, that's how bad I wanted it. And so I have been very fortunate in my career. I went from Shell as an operator and moved up supervisor. Now I'm the maintenance manager, and there's only 2 of us out there. And that doesn't happen that often that you can do that, but it's really cool that when you apply yourself and you want something that bad, you treat people right, and good things will happen to you, okay? So treat people the way we want to be treated, and good things are going to happen to you. That's what I'd leave you with. And please, I'm begging you, don't pass this opportunity up because I need people like you guys, okay?
You know what? I love being the president of Lee College, but I'm thinking about a career change.
Too old. You like me, you're too old, man.
Shucks.
Jason said it, I didn't.
Well, if I could have gone back in time, I would look at maybe a good career. One of the great careers that we hear about today. It's absolutely fabulous. Now, being the last speaker tonight, there's always the challenges. Can I live up to the expectations of what you've already heard? Well, I have an ace in the hole because I'm going to be giving out 3 $500 scholarships to Lee College tonight. So for each of the school districts that are present tonight, which is Liberty, Dayton, and Hardin, we have, for one student, which we're going to draw in just a moment, a $500 scholarship. Now guess what? That's 4 Lee College classes at our Lee College Education Center in South Liberty County. Before I do the drawing, let me just say a few words. We are so excited to be here, to have a presence here. We would not have a presence here if it wasn't for the 5 school districts who allowed us to use the facility that we're in Liberty. We could not, as an institution, have built a facility like we have in the graciousness of the school district superintendents and the school district board of trustees who have allowed us to use that facility. So thanks to Liberty, thanks to Dayton, thanks to Anahuac, thanks to Hardin, and thanks to Halls de Zeta. Without you all, we would not have the presence we do. It is your college. It is your community college. It is for high school students who are, as was described, getting high school credit and college credit in one class. Not 2 classes. One class serves both purposes at a tremendous tuition of $125. And we are continuing to explore ways to provide additional services. Not only do we have, for the high school students, we serve adults in our same technical programs, as well as in our academic courses. I encourage you to go out on April 7th and explore, whether you're in high school or you're beyond high school. Come on out. There's something for you. And by the way, in the summer, we have our kids camp throughout the summer. And Wesley Wells right here, who is our center manager, he's always there. He's the guy. So if you go out there anytime, you're going to see Wesley. And he'll get you connected, whatever it is that you may be looking for. It is just an absolute great opportunity for us to have, and for you to have, a higher education presence right here in your area. And I hope you'll take advantage. Now, I've got this little ambulance here that was on the table back there, and it reminded me that starting this summer, in collaboration with the Liberty County EMS, we will begin offering the EMT Basic courses at our Education Center in Liberty. And if you haven't seen the ambulance simulator, Jessica's seen it, it is beyond belief. Everything that you need is there to teach you how to perform the duties of an EMT. And so if you or someone you know is interested in that, we'll begin classes here in collaboration with Liberty County EMS. Well, let's not delay it any further. I think it's time to draw. Now before we draw, and we're going to actually get you, after we draw your name, if you'll come up, we're going to give you a certificate with your name on it that will be redeemable for $500 towards classes. But I want to make sure, because we did not have in the bag any names dropped in for Halls de Zeta. Do we have anybody here from Halls de Zeta? No. Okay, and I know we got the principal from Anahuac. I don't know if you had any students? Okay. So I just want to make sure, you know, because we will...
You can get 2 to Dayton.
Cody, is that okay?
Sure, and I'll tell you this, I'm very proud of Anahuac ISD and that Eric Humphrey, the principal, had a bunch of these industry guys out at his high school last Friday, so he did an in-house version of this. And so I think we need to somehow send a bag home with him with some blank certificates so he can shake it up and draw it for one of his students.
Well, I think you're right. I think what we're going to do is for Jose Zeta and for Anahuac, because they have been such tremendous supporters of this, we will make sure that we'll work out a way, Eric, that we'll get the $500 scholarship to one of your students and also to Jose Zeta on that. All right, Tracy, you got the glasses on, so you're going to draw and read the name.
Create some trouble, y'all. This is Hardin, right? Who's here from
Hardin. Hardin.
Who wants their name? I'm going to keep it down to the bottom. Leah Beto. I'm going to mess that up really bad. Did I mess it up too bad? Right over here.
This lady right here is going to get you all set up. Congratulations.
Who we got here? We got Liberty. Brooke Chapman.
Well, Brooke's coming in. I want to tell you that last week down in Galveston at Moody Gardens, Lee College and the other 8 community colleges in the Gulf Coast region hosted 900 women who were interested in a career in industry, in petrochemical industry. And so let you know that there's a lot of folks that are coming through the pipeline, and I hope that you'll make and take advantage of that great opportunity that you heard about tonight. We'd love for you to come to Lee College, but go somewhere. Absolutely. And yes, San Jack's a good friend. We like him a lot.
Jamie, is it Pena? Hadid.
All right. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of the winners tonight. Again, $125 for a course. You heard the comparisons. It's a no-brainer. Please take advantage of it while you're in high school. And as adults, or those that you know that are out of high school or beyond high school age, we're there for you also with a variety of course offerings. I'm going to turn it over to Tracy. Okay.
Thank you. Give a round of applause for Lee College and their scholarships and all they've done.